My project was about the effect of light color on radish growth. This video provides a very general overview of my project. For a more detailed description, please visit my website. Okay, I just want to apologize in advance for any static or any background noise you hear in this audio recording. The microphone isn't really that good. One of the main reasons why I chose to do this project was to maximize the efficiency during artificial growth of radishes, and in turn conserve otherwise wasted energy. This is very important in places such as space stations, where energy is very important and is needed to maintain environmental controls and other such things. During this experiment, I first set up 4 boxes of equal size and filled them with the same amount of potting soil. Next, I planted 15 radish seeds in each box that were equally spaced from each other and planted at equal depths. I then installed 4 color filters around these boxes. Over one box I put a clear color filter around it, and over the other 3 I put a red color filter, blue color filter, and green color filter, as is shown in the picture on the right. After each day of growth after planting, I measured the height of every single radish plant in every single box, which comes out to around 60 plants for my experiment, or trial 1 at least. I made sure to apply adequate amounts of water to each box to make sure that the plants didn't die from lack of water. Then, after about a week of growth, I analyzed all the data and created graphs and such things. If I had more time, I would have let that happen, but I ran out of time, so I stopped the experiment there. Although I only expected to run each trial for 2 weeks, the first trial had to go slightly over my time restraint because the plants did not sprout or germinate until day 10, which is probably because I left them outside in the cold night to germinate, and I wanted to have at least 1 week of growth period, so I let the trial continue on for a little bit. So if we look at our results, you can see that radishes grown under blue light had the highest average height out of all other colors, while green had the lowest. This seems logical because green light is reflected from the plant, making the plant stems and leaves look green, so that makes sense. And then you can see how the second highest average is the radishes grown under red light. So basically the results from trial 1, which lasted for 18 days. As you can see, if you look at the x-axis of this graph, this trial only lasted for 6 days, which is much less than what I hoped, which was 2 weeks. This is because it got started a bit late and had to be cut short. But because I kept these inside to germinate through the whole period, and I kept them inside by a sunny window, the radishes sprouted and grew much more quickly than those that were in the first trial. So if you look here, you can see that the radishes grown under red light in this trial are actually have a higher average height than those grown under blue light, normal light, and green light. Green, as you can see here, as with the other graph, has the lowest average height, which again is most probably because of the reflection of green light, of most green frequencies. So, that's basically how my experiment went with trial 2. Okay, based on the information shown in the graphs, we can conclude that radishes are grown faster and stronger in red and blue light, and also that radishes do not need green light as much to grow, which is very logical because green light isn't used for photosynthesis because the actual plant is green, which means that it's reflecting green light and not absorbing it. So that's a pretty logical explanation for that. Then other studies have been done which are very similar to this, and all of them show that photosynthetic rate is more effective and faster in blue and red light, and on top of that, that plants grow faster in blue and red light, which confirms my previous conclusion. And on top of that, it allows us to determine that radish growth is dependent on photosynthetic capability and rate, which makes sense if you look because the blue and red light allows the growth to bloom, and while green light makes the height much less. So other future attempts or future experiments that can be done to expand our knowledge of this subject are testing which specific wavelengths of light allow plant growth to be, or which are the most optimum colors of light to facilitate faster plant growth.